What is going on, guys? My name is Terry McGowan and this is Primal Shape, and I'm going to show you guys how to make your programs better using percentages, numbers. To make this as simple as possible, the more reps that you do, the less weight that you can lift, which also means the less amount of rest that you actually need. Let's go to the opposite side of that. The more weight that you lift, the less reps that you can do, the more rest that you need, right? That sounds pretty straightforward, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys a basic periodization model up over here, and that'll break this stuff down a little bit more specifically so you can get the most out of your workouts. The first thing that you're gonna wanna do, if you're new to working out, you might not wanna do this right away, but if you've been working out, I'm gonna say for at least a month, this could be something that you might wanna consider doing. And this is testing what your 1 rep max is. The reason why I want you to do that, and you do this with almost all exercises, is so that you know what percentage you should be at for the effect of what you're looking for is. So the very first thing that we're gonna look at is just doing a 1 rep max. I need a lot of rest for. How I'm gonna go about doing that is also to make sure I'm doing it safe. I'm gonna show some of the idea here. I've already done a little bit of a warm up, but now that my body's getting warm, I can start to incrementally go up, and I take more time between my rest stages. So if I'm doing, in this case, 60 pounds, just for curls, I'll keep doing curls the entire time. But if I'm doing 60 pounds, and let's just say I can only do this 4 or 5 times, I'd put it down. I would probably be resting somewhere around the 2 minutes to 2.5 minutes. And then I would try to go to 70 and see how many I can do. And I go all the way up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fast track this because I can do another video at another time based off of 1 rep max and how you can do this for all of your workouts to make sure that you know what that number is, so that each one of your phases after that are actually being done properly. But what I'll do is I'll just grab, for the sake of easy math, a 100-pound barbell, and I'm gonna curl it 1 time. So I curl it, I get it up, and then from here, I know I can do this, and let's just say I can only do 1 of those. I would wait 4 minutes. So if I just did, let's say, I had an Olympic bar and I put the clips on, because the clips are a ½ pound each, but I got up to 95 pounds and I put a clip on either side, I get to 96 pounds, and I keep putting clips up until I get up to 99, and then I have someone to help me, and I get up to that 100 pound zone. I know 100 pounds is my 1 rep max. I would be taking between each one of those sets, I'd be taking a 4-minute rest or so, because I know I'm getting all the way there. I need enough energy to be able to try to do 1 more rep, or that 1 set for that matter, because it's only 1 rep. From here, depending on what phase I want to be in, I can use my 1 rep max as a percentage. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I'm in a power phase. Power phase is going to be more for an athlete, someone that's going to do something very quick, and I'm only going to do anywhere from 2 to 3 reps on it. In that case, I'd be grabbing a 90-pound here, and I'm just trying to get it up. So I'll snap it up, get it down. I'll snap it up, get it down, snap it up again, and get it down. I'm now gonna take roughly 3 minutes of rest in between. So you can see how that rest variable can be huge if you're doing things right. Because if I only waited a minute or even 20 seconds, I would be obviously gassing myself very quickly. So the next one I'm gonna go into is about an 80 to 85% zone, and that is strength. So on 80, I'm gonna be waiting not as long for my rest, and I'm doing anywhere from 4 to 6 reps, which is why you hear a lot of guys say, do 5 of 5s. They'll do 5 reps, and they'll do this for 5 sets. It's a very popular one. So I'm just gonna get to 5 on this. So there's my 5, and let's say that's all I can get out of it. Maybe I can get 6, but that would be my strength phase that I'm in, because I'm going to fatigue. That's the most I can get is, let's say 6. But then I need a lot of rest so I can do another set. And of course, what I was just saying, 5 of 5, I'd be doing 5 sets, 5 reps. All right, so let's put it into hypertrophy. This is a popular one of the most popular exercises in a gym, or phases in a gym, I should say, and that is muscle expansion. Hypertrophy is getting bigger. It's bodybuilding is what it really is. Hypertrophy is also, you might call it hypertrophy if you were to read it on paper, but hypertrophy is anywhere from that 7 to 12 rep, which is why you hear a popular thing. A lot of guys say, I'm doing 10 reps. If you're going to do this, make sure you're doing to fatigue. And this is gonna be somewhere within that 40 to 70% percentage of your 1 rep max. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because if you're new to the gym, you've never worked out before, you can actually get hypertrophy at only 40%. You probably don't know what you're doing, your muscles have never experienced it before, you're just going through the motions, but you are going to get bigger. When you've been lifting for a couple of months to definitely a couple of years, you're gonna be closer to that 70% zone, because you still wanna train something called fast twitch fibers. What I'm talking about here is that 70% is gonna be critical for you to be able to make sure that you're working to a fatigue. You might even get 11 and 12 reps out of it. You're still in a state of hypertrophy, you definitely are. But when you're controlling the weight at 70%, you are going optimally to fatigue to be able to get the most amount of expansion. Drink a lot of water when you are in hypertrophy all the time, because if this is your thing, you want to make sure you're supplying enough oxygen and enough water to the cells for them to ultimately get bigger. In case I grab my 70 pounds, and I'm going to be doing this 10 times. So same thing, I want to control the weight down. I'm not going to get into time under tension here because it's a little bit of a different animal, but I think I'm at 5, 6, so I go 10. From here, I'm going to put it down. You'll notice that I don't need as much rest now. Now the rest on my meter, because that scale is not to proper spec, my rest here is only going to be somewhere around maybe the 2-minute, ideally even 1 minute, maybe even less than that, but let's call it a 2-minute zone, no more than that. So getting up to talk to your buddies at the gym in between sets is probably not a great idea. You want to make sure you're getting the most amount of workout in a condensed amount of time. Again, HIIT training. I'm not going to do all of that right now just because I'm not, well, I'll be out of breath, to be honest with you. I really put a lot into HIIT training. So with HIIT training, it's high intensity interval training. This is essentially active recovery. So the muscle group that you're trying to activate, which is going to be your biceps, in this case would be my biceps, I might go to my dumbbell barbell curl, and I'm going to do now less, but you'll see my gauge is a little bit wider now, right? The amount of not only reps, but also the amount of percentage that I'm going to lift from my 1 rep max, whatever that dictates, is now going to force me to be somewhere in that, call it, say 40% or so, all the way up to like 60%, maybe even plus up to 70%, but it's a wider window, maybe even down as low as 30%, depending on what I'm trying to do. So this here, now I'm going to do, let's say 50 pounds curls. So I barbell curl 50 pounds. As soon as I'm done that, I'm going to do something else for my biceps. Maybe right away a little bit light, but I'm going to high rep it now, right? Because I got a wider rep range. I can go up to like 30 reps. So I'm going to fatigue out on doing some dumbbell at 30% of whatever I can curl my dumbbells. So let's say now I got 20 pounds or 15 pounds in each hand, and I'm just fatiguing it, I'm pumping the blood into the area, and then from here I'm going to grab a skipping rope, and this is my active recovery, which also notice in that graph is now blue, because now instead of me just waiting and doing nothing, for the next 30 seconds, 45 seconds, whatever I'm going to be doing, or whatever that rest stage is, I'm now going to be skipping for that entire time. So I'm getting the most out of my high intensity interval training by doing a lot of exhaustion onto the muscle group that I'm trying to target, my biceps in this case. And then while I'm doing that, and keep my heart rate elevated by skipping or running or whatever, squatting maybe on the spot for 30 seconds. So in the endurance, now it's going to be very low rep range. I'm going to come in, I'm going to do a lot of curls on something. This is more of a sport specific thing, just like the power phase is a sport specific thing. In here, you're not really getting muscle expansion in your muscles. You're more or less teaching the muscle fibers how to become slow twitch muscle fibers, kind of like a long distance runner or something like this. But the reason why I'm putting all this together is because when you're working out and you're doing these different phases, some people come in and say, oh, okay, I'm doing 15 reps, and they're not going to a fatigue. When you do that, now you're manipulating completely different things. You're going high rep, you're going a lower weight, so you don't know what your one rep max is to be able to do your percentage out of, right? So if you can curl, just going back to this, you can curl 135, and all of a sudden you're in a state of hypertrophy. I believe, I'm getting my numbers right, it's about 95 pounds is what you should be curling 10 to 12 or 7 to 12 times, so that 10 rep range. And again, to fatigue where you can't do it anymore, if you're really doing these things right. So when people come in and they start doing 15 reps and they're not going to fatigue, you're now getting outside of hypertrophy, right? You're more into like that HIIT training. You're not really fatiguing the muscles. So again, you don't need as much rest. Like you're starting to manipulate things that you might not know you don't need to change around. So instead, if you're doing a certain phase here, if you're looking to expand the muscles, make sure you're going to a fatigue, exhaust yourself, make sure you're doing anywhere from 40 to 70%. Guessing isn't going to be the best thing for you, especially if you've been doing it for a while. So again, just make sure that you know what phase you're in, get the most out of it, and don't be afraid to give her shit. I know that was a bit of a longer video. Thanks a lot for sticking around and watching all of it. I hope you got something from it. What it really comes down to is just know what your 1 rep max is, know what your percentages are. Everyone's got a smartphone on, it's easy to figure out. Abide by it, do it, slow down your workouts. I do make programs all the time, so if you guys want me to make a program for you, email me at trainer@live.ca and I will get back to you with a questionnaire that's going to ask me about you so I can try to tailor it as much as possible. It's not going to be one of those general, hey, give me your height, your gender, and then your goal. It's a little bit more specific than that. But nonetheless, yeah, if you want a program, fire it off to me. I'll get back to you on what it is I can do to help you along with diet. And as I'm obviously just dieting right now, if you've been watching my videos, you know that this is going away. So, yeah, hope you like the video. If you do, subscribe, hit the like button, all that kind of fun stuff. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.